Okay, and 84 years later, the stitch is complete. We've got the MP4 versions of our videos ready to go. Again, at this point, we could throw this on the headset in our movies folder and take a look at it. I will show you how to do that. But first we're going to do a little bit of basic editing, which is still, like, as far as video editing is concerned, it's super basic. We really don't do much aside from align some clips up and fade, standard cross dissolve transition, maybe line up our audio if we have external audio, and we can add some additional imagery and whatnot. And the things that we're going to do like 3 things. It's like pretty basic. One rule of thumb: big files like this, even if you're just viewing 2D video but it's in 4K or whatnot, first step, always make a proxy. Make the smaller version so that when you're editing, the computer doesn't work as hard. And if we're going to make them small, make them as small as we can, right? Quarter size. Put them in the folder next to the folder where your media already is, so they're easy to find. So this will open the other program, Media Encoder, and then scale them down. Definitely a good step not to skip. But it is another one of those steps where we just, push the button and then wait. Time to get more coffee, I guess. Okay, and now that process is finally done, we've got proxies. And you can tell we have proxies because we have this little blue icon on all these things that we just made proxies of. So when we drag it over here and we make a sequence, we're going to see the low res version. Obviously, not that big a difference, but definitely, trust me, the machine notices. We're gonna choose the beginning and the end of our clips, and we're gonna fade to another clip. I only use the default transition, nice little fade, and that is just about it. Only 2 other things I typically end up doing. Little ease, and it looks a little warped. It looks a little curved because it is actually a flat surface being projected onto a sphere. So we actually need it to be a curved surface. That's one of the only other things we do. Take a flat image, drag it in here as a layer. It's warped. Plane to sphere, and this just does exactly what it sounds like. Take a flat plane and throws a little curvature on it so that it looks flatter in the 360 projection. So pretty much just mess with the scale to get it a size that's appropriate, and then if we want to reposition it, we just use this projection tilt, move it around wherever we need it. Right, so that's how we can add 2D image, some extra graphics, some extra information, infographics is what we typically call them, and bring them into our scene and, make them work for us in 3D, plane to sphere. Also, that's how if we want to do picture in picture, right? So we have our 2D video here, right? We can throw this in as another layer. It's the same thing, we can plane to sphere on that, and now it's a little pop-up, picture in picture. We'll use this a lot in the field when we're doing training, right? We'll have somebody doing a job, wear a cap with a little GoPro on it. We get the 360 experience of being beside them on the job site. We'll have that picture in picture so we can see their point of view, so we can see close up on what they're doing. That's one useful use of plane to sphere. And again, one of 3 things that I use. Chop it, dissolve from clip to clip, assemble our shots, plane to sphere if we want to add some pop-out graphics or extra 2D video for some additional information since we got all that 360 real estate. And if we have someone turn and look over here, well, we can still teach them something while they're looking over there when they should be looking over there, right? Other thing is we're in 360 so the person can look around. We don't know where they're gonna be facing, but we know if they were looking straight ahead where they would be facing. And that is only other thing I typically do is offset. So boom, you know all my secrets now. This shift to center, if I want to change where my straightforward position is, offset. Only do the laterally. If you do the vertical, weird things happen. Yeah, if we just want to change where they're looking by default, shift to center. So that's it. Offset, plane to sphere, and only use default transitions. Boom, you're a pro. Those are all the advanced techniques. And so the only other thing to do, we would just go File, Export. So you really just have your video settings, and if you hit Match Source, then and you're working on 360 video, then it's going to set up to be a 360 video. This little checkbox down here does video is VR. So when we export it, whatever's playing it knows it needs to be projected on a sphere. And then your bit rate is the main thing, right? Ultimately, we want to export something that's not going to take up our entire headset's hard drive. We've got all our different videos exported. We've got our headset connected to the computer with a little USB-C cord, and we've got our convenient program, SideQuest. If you haven't connected your headset before, it'll ask for permission. Basically, you gotta put on the headset and click the button that says, yes, talk to my computer. So if we're connected to the headset, we can go into the folder viewer, and we want to go down to our movies, throw our movies in the movies folder. That's it. SideQuest is just for throwing those files onto the headset. And now we'll get inside the headset. All right, so here we are in the headset where we have copied over our movies. So we go to our standard app library and open up files. So the file viewer is going to let us look at all the media we threw on here, which says 5 items, but we only see the 2 items that were already there. This happens sometimes. A quick little reset will fix that, as is often the case with computer things. Turn it off, turn it back on. And we're back. App library, files. We want to look at the media. Okay, so let's start with our 360 example. So this is the first one we made, right? Just using the Insta360 Studio software. It's going to open up our media player, and hey, what's this about? This ain't a 360 video. Oh, but it is. So this is standard operating procedure. When you first open it, it's going to do regular 2D, but we want 360 2D because it's a 360 video, and boom, now we're in here in the world. I'm just pressing the trigger to click on things, open the menu, point the trigger somewhere other than the playback menu, and look, we got a floor stamp. We're in the business of making stuff. I'm looking at myself, look at myself, look at the video of myself. It's very, very meta. Well, point being, here we are. We've completely and fully done 360 production just with using the camera, using the standard software that comes with it, slapping a deer on there to cover up that funky little tripod, and boom, we're in business. We're making immersive media. So here's the big one, 1.15 gigs, but it's also 3 minutes, so that's really not, it's not bad for the amount of time involved. And yeah, look at shotgun. What? This is intense. Don't need to get that close to the camera. There's no need for that. Boom. Bringing in a 2D image. Plane to sphere. Nadir. We repositioned with offset. We pictured and pictured with the plane to sphere on a video. Boom. We're editing pros. We're making immersive media and watching it on our headsets. That's it. That's all there is to it. See? Child's play. So simple. Okay. Your turn. Go forth and multiply the amount of immersive media in the world.